All right, so today we are going to end up talking about the proper way. I won't say proper way, it's the way that I winterize my motorcycle. And you can take some of these tips and steps and incorporate it into the way you do yours, or you can just totally say, I'm not doing any of that shit. But either way, just going over what I normally do for my motorcycle. So here's my bike. Of course, a lot of you already know. 2023 Suzuki Hayabusa in brilliant white and vigor blue. I love this thing. All right, so first thing that I normally do when I know I'm about to store it, the fuel. This right here is fuel stabilizer, stable. A lot of people use it, a lot of people know what it is. But if you don't, this is a fuel additive so that your gasoline does not go bad. Now, there's a lot of gasolines out nowadays that has ethanol in it. Ethanol can cause condensation. Let's say the fuel is on half. Over a period of time, condensation can build up in there, and ethanol, if I'm not mistaken, promotes condensation. When you use this, you want to make sure you fill the tank all the way up. So what I normally do is when I know it's getting time to put the bike up, I will run this out. Maybe I'll keep at least 3/4 of a tank in there. I'll go ahead and fill this up. This thing has a little measuring thing on here that you can just squeeze it and it'll go up here and then it'll go up here to the 1 ounce. For every 2.5 gallons of gas, you want to have 1 ounce of this. So I have a little over a 5-gallon tank. So I'm going to need roughly about 2 ounces, maybe a little bit more of this, and pour that in there. Then I'll drive to the gas station, which isn't very far away. I'll top it off and then I'll end up driving it back. And what that allows the stable to do is it'll agitate and it will start to mix with the fuel properly and then go through the fuel lines and everything like that. And so there you have it. Once I have the bike back, next thing I'll turn to is doing a complete wash down of the bike. You wanna make sure you're paying particular attention to your wheels, cleaning off any type of oils and stuff like that on your tires. You wanna also make sure that you are doing chain maintenance on this thing at the time as well. So you wanna go ahead and clean it, re-lube it, and you'll be good to go there. These stands are awesome. I bought these stands from Pitbull Racing, and I can't remember what they cost, but I'll put a link in the description below. I love these things, and they just, I mean, they're super handy, easy to put away after you're done, and they are awesome in the way of these little handles that help you to lift up the bike. They detach and then they just get stored away. I highly recommend Pitbull Racing's stands. They are awesome, but you get what you want. So this is where rubber meets the road for me, is battery maintenance over the winter time, because there are so many times where people have their bike or a car stored over the winter and then it won't crank when it's time to ride again in the spring. I do have the ATZ10 anti-gravity lithium ion battery, has that, excuse me, that ready start technology in it. I don't necessarily need a battery tender. If I didn't have a battery tender on here right now, I'd still be good to go, because lithium ion batteries are notoriously good for sitting for months on end and then still being able to crank up when it's time to ride. I still end up putting a battery tender on this. Now, you have to make sure that you get a battery tender that is specifically designed for lithium ion batteries. So check this out right here. I have this Noco Genius 2. I can do both. It has dual ports, so if I had another bike, which I used to up until about 2 months ago, it has another port that you can use and hook up another cable to it and then use on another motorcycle. I used to have this, you can see the blue light right there. That is because this is for a lithium battery. It could do lead or lithium. Like I said, you just want to make sure that you are using a battery tender that is designed for a lithium ion battery. There is a difference between a trickle charger and a battery tender. So battery tenders, they're best for storing your bike for an extended period of time without any use. So the battery is kept at an optimal charge. And what that does is that ensures that it doesn't deplete due to that natural self-discharge that usually happens with batteries. Trickle chargers, on the other hand, you want to use those when the vehicle will be used occasionally during its storage period. So what trickle chargers do is they continuously offer a low charge to the battery, and that just counters that, that slow drainage over time. It's going to be your choice between a battery tender and a trickle charger, and that's going to depend on, you know, the type of maintenance preference and the specific needs of the vehicle while it's stored. Like I said, if it's going to be for a long period of time, have a battery tender. If it's going to be used occasionally through that time, you can get away with a trickle charger. But trickle chargers have been known to overcharge batteries if you leave it on too long. So that's why I was saying there's a difference between the battery tender and the trickle charger. Well, there you have it, everybody. My tips, or what I usually do for my motorcycle when I'm putting it up for the winter. So you just want to make sure that you're taking care of it. Oh, one quick thing. If you don't have stands to put your bike on, the stands are to try to prevent flat spotting. What you can do is you don't want, this is a concrete floor. You don't want to do like I'm doing with the NX10 for a long period of time, because you can potentially get flat spots. Now what you can do is, if you have something like a rug or something like that, like I have this Rabiconda rug, if I had 2 of those, and you know, I could put those up under the tires and it should be good to go. As long as it's not a direct contact onto the concrete floor for a long period of time, you should be good to go. Thank you guys for coming back to the channel, and make sure you guys check out some of these other videos that I have with maintenance tips and tricks and things of that nature. So take it easy, and remember, everyone deployed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Go.